I'm just trying. It's with all live streams, you get the whole camera in the face thing while I'm still getting the last things done. Almost ready here. Give me just a second. And no, the goat is not with all live streams. Oh, there we go. Okay. Give me just a second here. Boom. Okay. Welcome to Flow Tricks. Hold on. I'm like running back and forth. Welcome to Flow Tricks. This is my new studio. I have been working like crazy. That's why I have this right now. I probably should shave. But anyways, yeah, I've been working nonstop. I just moved into a new place. It's wonderful. I have lots of space now, which means more tutorials. So I'm starting this live stream, and right now this is for, I'm trying something new. I wanted to try something for Patreon donors. So I'm doing this live stream for Patreon donors, and then when we're all said and done, I'm gonna release this to everyone, and we'll see how this works. I'm gonna do this a few times. I'm gonna do it more regularly. And then also I still wanna do some public YouTube streams as well. I wanna just kind of grab everyone included. So I know this is gonna be a small crowd, if there's gonna be a crowd at all, and that's okay. We're gonna just try to work with it. I was thinking about trying to do this once every other week, maybe even once a week. We'll just have to see. I will say this, with the new studio, with my new place, I can make so many more videos because it's literally, I just pop my computer over to one section of the room and hit record and we're going. A few things I wanted to talk about. One, I wanted to give a shout out to Syrian, excuse me if I pronounce your name wrong, Syrian Carroll. Awesome Nunchuck martial arts student who is just rocking the weapons world right now. And I watched one of his videos. It's fantastic. So I just want to give you a shout out. I'm really sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I'm really bad at that. But I watched your stuff. I'm telling you, like, Flowtricks is amazing for martial arts demos. And I also wanted to say that if you're not on flowtricks.net, you should get on there right now. It's still in the beta phase, but we're getting near the end of it. And we're also giving away this wonderful $190 Flow Toys Flow Chuck. Now there's two ways you can get into this. It's very much like the Flow Chuck that I have, except for it has extra capsules. I have my other capsules in my staff right now, but it has double the amount of lights. It's fantastic. I use it for shows all the time. We're giving this away to anyone that donates $8 or more on Patreon, or anyone that just basically is on the website and accumulates 1,200 points, they can get a free raffle as well. If you donate $8 and you're really big on the website, you get 2 raffle tickets. So this is a fantastic nunchuck. I love it. There's a lot of people that can swear by these. I use them for shows a lot. Flow Toys Flow Chuck, it's a beautiful thing. So with that said, let's just get started. I want to talk about a couple things, but I think the very first thing I wanted to do with this live stream was give you a nunchuck lesson, because I know a lot of my lessons have me talking. Oh, I also wanted to tell you guys that starting very soon, I may start to release a bunch of videos that are going to be very short, 1 minute tops videos, just get the job done kind of thing. But I also want to make videos that connect with you guys. So I was thinking about doing a lot of really short videos and then this type of live stream. Sometimes to Patreon donors first, sometimes to all of YouTube. So we'll just kind of mix and match and see what works. If you have a suggestion, leave a suggestion in the comment box, let me know. Today I'm going to teach a new move. It's actually a combo. It's not really a new move, but you probably won't realize how this combo works until you see it. This is actually something you've done many times, but the redirect throws it off, so you're not quite sure. It makes it look like a brand new move. So basically what this is it's another way to get into the X catch, and then we're doing a redirect from the X catch. So it's an X catch redirect, but we're doing it without starting off with the underhand and overhand grip. So here's how it works. We're in front grip right now. I'm in my right hand and I'm going counterclockwise. So obviously if you're left-handed, you're gonna go counterclockwise. Boom. We're gonna do a front to back hand roll, like this. So now we're in back grip. Chuck's still going counterclockwise. My left hand's gonna swing over to the top and it's gonna wait for the chuck to land in my hand. So my left hand is simply slides over and waits for the chuck to reach, and it grabs. Now if you look at this type of grip, the front to back grip, with your hand on top and then catching it, this takes you straight into the X catch grip. No different than if you were to stand in the very simple way of doing it. But the thing is you might have done this a million times, so that motion might feel a little old, but you can totally do the same motion from here. So I wanted to show you can get front to back grip, get your hand on top, and all of a sudden you can catch it from this direction. Another reason why you can do that is because you can also take it from far away. It's a lot easier to go from far, boom. So when we do the redirect, we can take it across. Now you may wonder, how do you get to the next part, the redirect? So here's how it works. Once we get here, the hand that's on top, the one that's swung over, so we went to the front and back grip, my left hand goes on top, so my left hand's gonna be the one that leads, and it's gonna pull it sideways like this. It's gonna pull over, and it's just basically gonna do a hand roll in reverse, except it's gonna be horizontal. So it's gonna pull under here, and it's gonna be a back to front hand roll, and we just swing it the opposite direction. So back, hand goes on top, it grabs, now it gets ready to pull backwards, and our hand is gonna pull over to the right side. So here and here. So boom, boom, redirect. Boom. Now the trick to making this really convincing is to really move, because you can go this direction and without any arm movement, and it looks okay, but to really get it, the pizzazz is to extend it out and to pull through with it. So again, once we're here, front to back grip, it's almost like we're ripping. It's almost like a rip. You remember the rips where you rip like this? It's kind of a mix between a rip, a horizontal rip, and an X catch. So here, here, rip, back, and you got it. And then whatever fancy move you want to do after that. Hey, I also wanted to tell you guys, I'm putting a little coupon. So if you go onto the flowtricks.net website and you enter in coupon live2017, all lowercase, live2017, there's a place where you can redeem it under games. Live 2017, I'll give you 300 points. Now you need 1,200 points to get a Flow Toys FlowChuck entry. So I just gave you 1/4 of all the points you'll need by the end of the month. All you have to do is enter in the code live 2017 under it should say games and then redeem code or something of that nature. So be sure to enter that in. It expires on Christmas, the 25th, so enter it in today or tomorrow would be the best thing for sure. All right, so one thing I really love about having this studio is my ability to do turns and motion. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys something, like a lot of times people really get fixated with super techie, technical type motions, whoosh, you know, and all of a sudden, like they forget that, especially if you're performing, most people don't know how hard things are, they just know how your body commands it. So being able to do body motion, can make all the difference. I mean, even just doing a kick like this looks different than if I just lifted up my leg and grabbed it, right? If I just went like this, or if I was like and grabbed it. So dynamics with body motion is huge, and I've always been big on that. But I guess today I wanted to go over just a few basic motions here. We go over this a lot, but one thing I really can't stress enough is when you do a turn, one thing that can really help with your turns. Oh, give me a second here. No video, just audio. Okay, thanks, Jason. Let me take a look here. So Jason just says that he has no video, just audio. Let me check and see what we got. That's hilarious. Hold on one second. It says turn camera off. Okay, so I just heard that there's no video, and unfortunately it says that the camera's on, so I'm trying to figure out, give me just a second here. Turn it on and back off. Okay. Can you see me now, Jason? Have no video here, just audio. I'm gonna hope that this is still recording. If not, I'm gonna have this video that's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna have this video that is gonna basically be audio. So let me know if you guys can see me. If anyone else cannot see me, let me know if there's anyone else here. Either way, it's gonna publish, and then we'll find out too. So I'm hoping that this is gonna work. I kind of want to restream it now just to see. Let me see. Yeah, it says that the video is working. Hold on. Well, I'm not sure how this live stream is working, but we're gonna give. I'm gonna try this here. If no one can see me, I figure maybe I can talk a little bit through a few more things, maybe some philosophy before I head out and take a look and make sure. I could continue the live stream, assuming that video is working, but if it's not, you'll just be hearing, I don't know, I just want to be able to provide something of value just in case. So I guess one thing we can talk about is training. So hopefully you can see me. If you can't, it's okay. I'm going to just guide you audio-wise, so you don't have to see me for this. So when we're working with training, I think it's really important. There's a couple things. I think it's really important when you're training that you train every day, even if you don't feel like it. You train every day, even if it's just 10 minutes. I would recommend, still can't see me. Okay. I would recommend that you train every day. So basically right now it sounds like no video is streaming, and I'm not sure why that is yet, but let me see here. That's a bummer. Okay. I'm going to continue because, as they say, the show must go on, and then I'm going to have to figure out what happened to this live stream and try it again soon. So when you're training every day, what happens, I think, is that you keep that little edge. Whereas if you just do it, even if you do it for 5 hours one day, I feel like you get you lose that edge rather than if you did it for 15 minutes every day. So I would much rather train less time, but do it consistently than just cram it all into one big session. I feel like that's kind of how we create our ramps to move forward. I'm very big on training on 3 different things, which is, one is the play state, the train state, and the flow state. I feel like between those 3 states, usually when someone's stuck in their training, they're usually omitting one. Of course, the play state is your ability to be creative and to make up new moves. It's your way to innovate. So I feel like the play state is a wonderful way for you to keep bringing in new influences and to make everything uniquely yours. So you can do a figure 8 wrist roll. 100 people can do thousands of people can do a figure 8 wrist roll, but there's different variations that you can add, and that would be in the play state. Different things you can do while you're figure 8 wrist rolling, or even if you just played around with it just a little bit, you can create your own energy per se. So that's the play state. Then we have the train state, which is your ability to optimize. The train state is where you are optimizing your motions, where you're creating something that is very technical and very specific. A lot of the most technical motions require a lot of optimization, a lot of fine-tuning, which is the train state. So if you're finding that you're playing too much, but you're not advancing, or you're dropping and you just never ever pick it up, you may need to just work on optimizing things. So you work on the train state if you don't feel any progression, because you may just need to tighten up everything. You may need to tighten up how you throw or how you release. You may want to analyze. A lot of train state requires you going a little bit slower before you can go very fast. And then lastly is the flow state. So if you're really high with the train state, you may end up looking like a dictionary, which means you're just moving from technique to technique, but it's not really saying much. Any more than someone could open a dictionary and just start reading random words off, you know? And then with the play state, if you have a lot of play state, you'll be this creative resource, but you may not be fine-tuned enough, so it's very organic, but it loses a lot of its presence and flavor because it's not honed in by, well, one, by the optimization of the train state, and then the flow state is kind of what pulls it all together and turns it into your own thing. I always consider the flow state to be kind of like your presence. So like, when we're working with presence, the flow state is basically turning on your music and jamming, moving to the music, or moving to the energy around you. It doesn't even have to be to music. It could be to a room. Here's an example. If you spun nunchucks at a graveyard, you would feel a different energy than if you spun nunchucks at your best friend's house, or if you spun nunchucks by a daycare. So changing locations, changing the energy around you, changing the people around you, especially the music, playing with the senses, and using your nunchucks as a way to express that. That's the flow state. The flow state is basically you tapping into what's there and utilizing that, harmonizing that with your movements. So I feel like those 3 states are always the most important. I really wish that video was working. From the sounds of it, it sounds like video is not working, but if you guys can see me on YouTube later, that's great. Right now, I guess I've turned this into a lecture just so I have something to offer you guys. So we have play state, train state, and flow state, and I feel like that's a great those are always great approaches. So anytime you're stuck, maybe you're playing too much, maybe you're just flowing too much and you're not playing enough, so you're not bringing in anything new, so everything feels stale. Or maybe you can't even bring in anything new until you train and get next level moves, and then it opens everything up. So they all play, they kind of synergize together, so to speak. Now, as a performer, if you're into performance and you're doing it for crowds, your flow state is going to be the most, one of the most expressive and the most powerful things you can use. Whereas you'll use your play state to capitalize on very specific moments that's you. So everyone knows that that's your signature. And then your train state, obviously, you need to have a certain degree of technicality. But as a performer, I find that the flow state is probably the strongest of the three. People will notice that if you don't have a high sense of flow or presence, even you can get away with, if you have great presence, you can get away with little technicality and as a performer, as long as you can really present it well. Any different than when you watch a movie, and not everyone in Hollywood is the best actor in the world, but they have something, they got that thing. And it's kind of the same thing as a performer. If you got that thing, you got that presence, you got that way to captivate an audience, then everything you do is even more powerful, even if it's just very simple, basic stuff. So it's really interesting. I've gotten messages about how to be a performer, and that's like a huge thing to answer. But I can say a lot of it just has to do with building your presence, creating a persona. You're almost like an actor in a movie, or maybe an action movie star, and you just keep building off of that, and you make it as dramatic as possible. People love that. This is martial arts month, and I was actually going to show some martial arts move, but like I said, it sounds like that my video's not coming through. I said that like 10 times, so the shock of me having, that's another thing, that's just like performing too. Like when I go and perform, there's a lot of times I have this idea, right? Well, maybe I choreograph a song, I go out there, and then the wrong song plays. That actually happened to me recently. So all my choreography I had to throw out the window, because here I am, I'm sitting out there getting ready for this song to play. I got all the moves memorized, and then all of a sudden a different song plays, and I had to freeform the whole thing. It's funny. It's just like you're reeling and you're trying to like catch up in your head, but you keep going because people are watching you. That's kind of like what happened here to a degree. So I'm gonna keep trying. I guess I should just say I'm gonna keep trying to do more live streams. I love this new studio. It's great. I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos. Please tell me what you want to see. 2018 is going to be a brand new year for Flowtricks. I plan on making a lot more videos. I want to kind of redo some of the old ones, because it's just like this. I talked a lot, and I just want to make 1 minute, very specific videos. And then I also want to make other videos that are just like this, where I'm being personable. But I don't want to mix the two, because sometimes people just want information and they don't want to hear all the background. Plus, I'm going over my old videos and I'm hearing me talk about all these changes that's happening, and it's like they've already happened, yet they're still stuck in the video, so people have to wade through it or whatever. So anyways, I hope all is well. I'm going to review this and see how things are going with this live stream and what happened. But yeah, we're going to keep trying this. So leave a comment, let me know what you think, and talk to you all soon.